My name is Kimberly Kay, and I am the standby for Marmee and Aunt March. So understudies are someone who is in the cast who is covering a role. So they might be in the ensemble, but maybe they're covering Marmee or something like that. In my case, I'm a standby. So because Little Women doesn't have an ensemble in the background of scenes, I'm not in the show unless someone gets sick and I have to go on to cover for either Marmee or Aunt March. So Marmee is the mother of the four March sisters. She is warm, she's very patient, and she is the moral compass of the story. She really is, like any parent, wants to raise her kids to be happy and healthy and have a good moral compass. And then Aunt March is the great aunt of the girls, and she's very wealthy. A little more traditional in her views about what people should and shouldn't do, but deep down she really wants the best for the girls. I am not sure how many lines I've had to memorize for this, but it's a lot. That's what I keep saying to everyone. It's a lot. It definitely is. I've been at, I would say, almost every rehearsal because of the covering two roles. Rehearsals have been going really well. I would say we have a very talented, very dedicated cast. Everyone's really nice. Everyone's working hard, and we're in good shape, I think. We've got everything blocked and ready to start running things, so things are going well. I have been in many shows on the Saratoga stage, both for SBMT and for West Valley Light Opera. My first show with SBMT was in 2002. I did Camelot. I've been in about 12 shows since then, including Ms. Olson in Promises, Promises, and Susan in Company. I had a lot of fun, actually, in my very first show, Camelot, because it was my introduction to the SBMT family, and we had a lot of good times as a cast. I would say my favorite show to do was probably Promises, Promises. I had such a meaty role in that. Miss Olson is one of those great featured roles that she's not on stage a lot, but her scenes are really good scenery chewing. So I chose to do Little Women because it is such beautiful music. It was one of the major reasons I wanted to do the show. My two favorite songs are the two songs that make me cry. Days of Plenty, which Marmee sings in the second act, and Some Things Are Meant to Be, which Joe and Beth sing together. Beautiful, beautiful songs. Let's see, the other people in the show they're all very talented, and I would say one of the best things that I have noticed is that we have such a good group of young actors coming up. I'm getting to play some of the older roles now, which I love. The other great part of that is that I get to see how much talent we have coming up in the Bay Area, and that's really encouraging to see. An understudy policy, or just having understudies in general, is really important, even in community theater. I would say even more so. We're all very dedicated to doing shows, but life happens, and people get sick, and we need to be able to have the show go on even if someone is too sick to perform, or if they get injured. It's important to have that coverage of the show so that people don't feel like they have to go on when they're deathly ill. I would say parents could definitely bring their children to this show. Of course, parents use their own judgment about their children and what they're patient enough to watch, but I think it is a really relatable story, especially for anyone who has siblings. The relationship between the sisters is very relatable. And then there's some really fun moments with the sort of melodramatic stories that Joe writes that I think kids will really like. You should come see Little Women because it is a heartwarming story with relatable characters. And you can get tickets by going to www.southbaymt.com.